Martínez has done very well to keep Wigan in the Premier League, but I think sceptical Liverpool fans would say so did Paul Jewell and so did Steve Bruce, and where are those managers now? He's done it on a small transfer budget. I mean, that's great, and he's actually shown that he can be very prudent in the transfer market, which I'm sure FSG were very interested in after having spent a lot of money last summer. But I think there is a concern that he has never won anything. He's basically kept Wigan up, and I mean he might be a good tactician. He's shown that he can play 3-4-3, which is something he used towards the end of the season when Wigan beat Manchester United, they beat Arsenal, they beat Liverpool, and he showed that he has got tactical acumen and he can be creative with his formations. But there's just that concern that it might be another kind of Roy Hodgson appointment, a manager from a lower level in the Premier League, coming to a club where there's a lot of pressure. You're expected to win every match you play in, and it's how he handles that pressure. Villas-Boas, again, he's a manager who perfectly fits the mould of what FSG want. He's a coach type tactician who he's going to spend hours on the training ground trying to perfect drills, trying to get the players to do the same thing over and over again, and it's probably something that the Chelsea players didn't like. But this is what FSG want. I think they want a young manager who is dedicated, and I think Villas-Boas is exactly that kind of manager. I think Villas-Boas is a manager who could become a very, very good manager because of his young age and the fact that he has won something. He won the Europa League and he won the title at Porto at the age of 33. And I mean, I think he is somebody who is probably a prime candidate. I think that the likelihood of getting Jurgen Klopp himself is just very slim. I mean, he's in the Champions League with Dortmund. He's just won the double with them. He's back-to-back titles. I mean, he's at a club that really are going places. And why would he give that up to come to a club which is a huge challenge? And it could, it could severely damage your career if you were Jurgen Klopp and you came to Liverpool and failed spectacularly. I think Jurgen Klopp, Guardiola, Mourinho would want the money and would want to have instant success because that's what they're used to. I don't think those managers, as much as they might be what fans would like, are realistic targets. A manager who perhaps straddles the two groups, the younger manager and maybe the more experienced ones, is Didier Deschamps. He's 43, so he comes underneath the 45-year-old margin, which the FSG seems to have set, and he's been managing for 11 years, even at that age. At Monaco, he took Monaco to the Champions League final, and they were a tiny little club. And I know they've always had a little bit of money, but he did very well to get them to the Champions League final. He got Juventus promoted from Serie B, and I know again Juventus are a huge club, so that's kind of expected. But he's also won Ligue 1 with Marseille. He's won the cup with Marseille as well, and the one worry would be that he's had a very bad season this season at Marseille. They finished 10th, over 20 points off the Champions League places, which is worse than Liverpool have done in the Premier League. But it was known before the season started that he was restless there and he was looking for a new challenge. He's an option. He's an option, but perhaps just below Villas-Boas and Martínez in the running. I do think FSG will set the manager the target of perhaps not. The target will be to get into the top four, but I do think if they were challenging for the top four and it showed progress, I think that would satisfy FSG, and it would satisfy fans for sure, because I don't think any Liverpool fans now seriously expect the club to finish in the top four next season, given that Man City, Man United have locked down two of the places. Chelsea are going to spend heavily again, and there's Arsenal, Newcastle and Spurs, who at this moment in time have all got better squads. So I think the main thing is to be clear about what they want to do at the club. Maybe tell the players more so than Dalglish did about exactly what their roles are. At times, Dalglish's teams played a lot of nice, fancy passing football, but it wasn't quite. It didn't seem to be a plan. I think whoever comes in needs to make sure that the football is played with a clear plan. And I'm not sure that was the case under Dalglish.